Hello everybody, and welcome back to World of Tanks Xbox 360 Edition. I am NitePHX. Today I am playing the M12, which is the American Tier 7 artillery. And while I tried for several hours to get one really good game to bring to you guys, that really didn't happen, so I kind of threw together a bunch of different things from a bunch of different games and put them all together for you here. So my experienced artillery crew is in my T92, so I did have to throw in a totally unexperienced crew into the M12. Although that really doesn't have anything to do with what's about to happen here. But it sure does seem like it really slowed down the aim time and the accuracy in some of the future shots. And this is how the night started out. What can you say, huh? Either suck it up and keep playing or go to bed, right? I did send him a nice message congratulating him on his extremely lucky shot there. So we continue on with the gameplay. We have a enemy M12 in sight there. And as always, as the life of artillery, your targets appear and disappear. And although you can't see them, that does not mean they're not still there, as evidenced by that shot there. So we killed the M12.
Why did I go this way?
We have a 25-second reload, so we start trying to find our next target so we can be pre-aimed on it. And real quick, there are some parts in this game where the game audio completely drops out. I did that on purpose because of some of the language that was being used. I understand the frustrations, and that's probably why I don't typically use a microphone while I am playing in-game. So we reloaded, took a shot at that Vickers 36, and managed to take him out of the game. And shortly after that we see a Churchill 7, and we take a shot at him and take him out of the game. So part of the same game, our southern flank has fallen. I am in the southwest corner of the map. I am going to do my best to protect myself from these guys who are moving towards me. The enemy is currently close enough for if I move out of my bush, I'm going to get detected. So I'm just going to sit here and fight. I did get a hit on that M6. Unfortunately, it wasn't big enough to kill him. Kind of interesting, the M12 says it can do up to 1250 damage. I don't think I've ever seen that on the M12. You can see that the M6 is now at about 180 meters from me, 172 meters. He finally detects me. And start taking shots as soon as I'm detected, and it's that Chairi who finishes me off. Alright, so now we switch over to Mountain Pass. Looks like snow variation there. So we do see a couple of targets. We're waiting for our circle to get small. There's a Tiger. Take the shot. We get 315 on him and track him. We did get some track assist damage after that. So we do have a few targets. I don't know, it's on the other side of that the big dip when you leave the base. Of course they all disappeared, but the proximity of where they were, how they were moving, I'm going to take a... Well, I did take a blind shot and I did get a damage and a critical hit. So we do have a Tiger moving up the slope. My aiming circle is very long. This is going to be a lucky shot. But, you know, I played it enough. Or have I? You know, I guess after taking enough shots like that, you just kind of get a feeling of what may or may not hit. So we just saw that for a brief moment there, we do have an enemy right to the right of us down the hill. Obviously, we don't have anybody back at our flag. Once he enters the flag area, he's probably going to be able to see me, so I do need to turn around if I have any chance of getting a shot on him. And there he is. It is a T-29, about half health. We do have a little bit of his turret. And we both fire at each other. He takes about 90% of my health. I take 472 off of him, and as you just heard there, I do have somebody coming back to the flag to help protect me. He told me to stay up on the hill. I did back up. He came in and he did kill the T-29, so that worked out pretty well. Now we still do have a full health SU-152 down there. We do have friendlies coming from the east and from the south, so hopefully we'll be able to flank this guy. Now he has disappeared. I know we have friendlies coming. I know we have, well, actually we just lost our other artillery. So I should be high enough where that SU-152 cannot shoot me if he's down there on the level ground. So I'm going to move forward just with the intent of spotting him so that my other guys can start shooting him. So I do light him up. Gene Moline does say he is ready. He appears to be the one right down to the right at the bottom of the hill. Looks like a couple of shots have gone into the SU-152, but they've bounced. Now our T-34 is coming up behind him. Are there friendlies coming from the east? Looks like we should be able to finish this guy off. I figure I'm going to get a little bit of this action myself since he's not pointing at me. Take a shot and we do finish him off. Shotgunning in artillery is extremely satisfying, although you are obviously detected and no longer in a safe place. So we do have another enemy coming up the road from the south. My only hope really at this point is to get back up on this hill high enough where he can't actually shoot me. M12 has halfway decent speed. Obviously not the best horsepower. We're not able to climb this hill at any great speed or rate. And you don't have to be a psychic to figure out what's going to happen there. All in all, not a bad game with a couple of really exciting moments in it.
10 times more help than me.
So we move on to the next game. Got a Vickers 30 in our sights here, and just a little example of leading your target. Just kind of odd because I'm actually aiming behind him, but he's moving backwards, so I am still leading the target. We only get 92 damage on him, but our team does finish him off. So artillery and tanks that are in a village or someplace where there are buildings are usually not a great mix. Just want to show you a little example here of, I knew I probably wasn't going to be able to hit this guy, but I was hoping I could get a little track damage. Anything I could do to help disable this guy. We did get another hit there. Wasn't a whole lot, but it still gives our guys a little bit better of a chance to be able to finish him off. So I've done some track damage. I did about 360 actual damage. Unfortunately, it's not enough to be able to save our Black Prince here. However, the target does stay in the same area. He remains lit up for some reason. I think he's going to disappear here shortly. Right about there, we're taking a shot. And we do finish him off. So same game, the enemy S-51 artillery has been detected. He is on the move trying to get himself down into the dry riverbed to keep himself from being able to be shot from the enemy. However, he is not safe from my artillery, and we do take him out of the game. Alright, on to the next game, which looks like it's Cliffs in the Rain. We have a Fury who's doing his best to tuck himself away from the enemy fire, but my artillery does take him out of the game as well. Next up we have a Tiger II who is stationary. Always the best kind of target for artillery. We've hit them hard. And we do manage to do 540 damage on him. Now we know they're an enemy here. We haven't seen them for a while, but I just said, you see where I'm aiming now? A tracer just came out of there. We're taking a blind shot. We do get a enemy damaged and a critical hit. Didn't see him, still got damage on him though. Alright, take a quick look at my aim circle. Watch where my shell lands. Gotta love that, eh? Alright, we have a Vickers 30 up at the top of the hill. I'm not sure if he's just trying to obviously do some type of spotting up there. If he's going to spot, he needs to spot. Nice shot. If you're detected and the artillery is still alive on the enemy team, you don't want to be sitting there. That was, what, 607 damage on him? And he is gone. Out of the game. Okay, same game. Here's an AT-7. He must have engaged his anti-artillery device before he started this battle. So that was one shot. Complete miss. There's a second shot. That's gotta hurt. Man, critical damage. We landed a little bit in front of him, tracked him. That's going to allow our team players to put some damage on him. I'll get some tracking damage. Just let the team know that I am reloading. He appears to still be tracked. I think I still got a good shot on him. We hit the dirt to the right of him. We do some damage. It was a total of 20 damage, but we did manage to retrack him again. So he still got 75% of his health. Our team is doing the best they can to penetrate this guy. I'm going to zoom in, see if there's any type of adjustment we think we need to make before we take our final shot on this guy. Everything looks good, just like it was before, and yeah, I don't know what to even call that. Well, I know what to call it, but I'm going to call this a family channel, right?
Another one down.
You know, stuff like that makes me kind of think maybe having a really good trained crew really does make a difference in these things. So on to the next map. Although our northern and western flanks haven't really fallen, there is a Cromwell on his way up to our base, which is where our artillery are currently sitting. We do have some friendlies who are trying to take some shots on him, but not being all that successful at it. So paying attention to the map, knowing that he is coming, I have no choice but to turn around and try and protect myself. And I absolutely love it when a plan comes together. I'm sure the last thing you expected coming around that little rock there was to be shotgunned by artillery. Okay, just a real quick example of shooting a moving target when he's moving directly at you. We did do some pretty good damage. We tracked him and kept him from getting into the cap circle.
What the hell?
Looking at the map, it looks like our western flank has fallen. It actually didn't fall, we just never created it. Most of our team went to the east into the town, and those who didn't stayed at our flag, which allowed the enemy to push up the western flank completely unopposed until they got to our base. We did lose to a cap. So next game, Al-Hof. It's 11 minutes into the game. We've only managed to do 2 damage and 2 critical hits. Our team did not spot the enemy and let them come up on our side. Once they're climbing our hill, artillery can't shoot them. I'm the only one surviving in our team, and I'm just trying to stay alive. I've watched the map, knew where the enemy was, so I knew where and what direction to go to avoid them. Kind of figured I would see the enemy artillery back here. He did take a shot at me. He missed. I figured I'm not going to miss him. I do see the little ridge there. I know if I shoot there, I'm going to shoot over him. A little bit of patience there, pull the trigger, and I take him out of the game. Now, right after that, I do get detected. I don't know quite from where at this point. It doesn't really matter because I'm still 12 seconds away from reloading. If somebody shows up in front of me, I can't shoot them. It doesn't matter where they show up, I can't shoot them for, what, another 5 seconds yet. Alright, we do see the KV-1S, who's obviously chasing me down there. Finally caught up and takes me out. On to the next map, where the lower 40 is sitting up there in the open, thinking he's safe next to that church. Man, it was reasonably safe. Did 250 damage on him. Again, I'll have to go back in and check the stats on these, but I'm pretty sure the shells on here are capable of doing 1250 damage. I just don't know on what. Anyway, this is one busy area here. Alright, so I do see that Jag D Tiger figure. He'd be a good target, but he gets behind that KV-4, which then becomes my target. So when I look at the map, I'm figuring our guys are going to have to pull off a miracle to be able to take the town. Obviously didn't happen because we can see, same game here, the enemy is now pushing up the, was this the south here? I have a Vickers 45 who's using a little ridge there for cover. I did manage to hit him, got 477 damage on him. Looks like he's pretty determined to hold his ground there. He must be feeling reasonably safe. Really hard to tell what type of cover he sees from his vantage. We do hit him again for another 387. Somebody comes up and finishes him off right after that. We have a Jag D Tiger in the same vicinity.
Another one down.
Did not get an opportunity to take a shot at him, but he is out of the game. And my best guess here is the Hummel was feeling lonely all by himself in the back, so decided to come up and play. That cost him his vehicle, and he is out of the game. So we did see a target going in this direction before. Now, just before I pulled up the map, we did see a tracer. So we know somebody's sitting down here, probably behind this bush, shooting across the water. As soon as we get loaded, we're going to take the shot. And although we don't see him, we do get a enemy damaged and a critical hit. And that was the end of that, just before he came up and finished me off. Next map, Prokhorovka. We have a Vickers 30 sitting right outside the cap circle in an encounter battle. Somebody just hits him, put some good damage on him. I'm trying to calculate, okay, he's on the slope, he's moving, where do I need to shoot? It was a bit lucky, but planned at the same time. We do 329 and take him out of the game. And that's all I managed to do in this game before I get destroyed from somebody who came from the west. Again, our west never developed. So the next map is Ensk War. We have an SU-152 on very low health. If I can hit him, I can probably kill him. So we take the shot.
Gotcha.
And we miss him, but we do hit, I believe that was an IS sitting behind him, and kill him. So, same game, we're following some targets when we get detected, and what is that, about 3/4 of a second after we get the detection notification, we are no longer in the game, we're dead. So, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed the compilation of the M12 play. If you did, I'd appreciate it if you would hit the like button. If you haven't already subscribed, please feel free to do so. You'll get notifications of when I post new videos. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments section. I'd love to hear from you. And as always, I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.